result, it has created deficiencies in me. I'll give you an example of something that I notice consistently in women, um, is the inability, and this is based on parenting, wholly based on parenting. Like, for example, I was raised with very disciplined people guiding me. My uncle, my grandmother, very disciplined people. And my grandmother at times, she was sober. She was very Christian. She was retired. She was older. So she had time to force me to comply. My uncle was a mean SOB and he didn't take any stuff. So he had wrath and masculinity to make me comply. I was scared to death half the time. So I wasn't even, and also by nature, I follow my old heads, like we have different natures. But anyways, I say that to say this. When I observe women who who cannot refuse to obey, and also they can't accept the consequences of their failure to obey. It's the inability psychologically to accept that there are consequences, and consequences are going to be consistent, meaning every time you screw up, there will be a consequence. It will be consistent. It won't be like you're going to slide sometimes or you're going to get by sometimes. Every time there will be a consequence. And also, women, a man of his word, that's the phrase, not a woman of her word. So when you're raised by a woman, you're not in a situation where you're dealing with consistency and dispassionate discipline. You're dealing with emotionalism and inconsistency. So as a man, when I tell the woman, if you do X, you're going to get this outcome. Or if I tell a woman, hey, this is going to be the consequence, they'll do it, and then they get shocked when you give them the consequence, or they think that they can persuade you, maybe because they could persuade their mothers. But me, I cannot be persuaded, and they have trouble accepting that, and it's a direct expression of the father not being there to show them that masculinity is decisive and it's unshakable. When the man has made a ruling, that's it, folks. Billy, that's it, folks. There shall be no going back on the word. There's not going to be any change. And if there is, in the rare cases, because I decided, not because you persuaded. And so the most important thing is that you are dealing with a female who grew up with discipline, grew up with consequences, and that means that she's been corrected before. She's had her parents tell her, hey, that's wrong, that's right, you need to do this, you didn't do that well enough. That means she can take feedback from you. If she didn't have parents that did that, every time you tell her something, she's going to want to argue, or she's going to feel attacked, or she's going to feel like it's lowering her self esteem. It's huge.